Namaste, friends. A lot of friends asked me to weigh in on the current COVID situation again. So I took a fresh look and I'm going to share my assessment. In the past, when I talked about COVID astrologically, I used a couple of different techniques. I used the Lunar New Year chart and a long term chart that covers a 11.25 year period called Seniketu Yuti chart, Saturn and Ketu conjunction chart. The Lunar New Year chart panned out really well. For example, I predicted last year that in 2020 that there'll be a wave in US between June 20 to August 31, and there was indeed a wave in that period. I later also predicted that there'll be a much bigger wave in US between November 20 of 2020 to mid-January 2021, and that also happened. And when there was a wave in India, I predicted that it will peak around May 7 to 15 and then start going down slowly. And again, that also happened. And I predicted based on the same technique that between December 20 of this year, of 2021, till February 20 of 2022, there will be another wave in US and India and probably much of the world. And I asked people to be cautious. And that also seemed to be panning out now. So that technique panned out well. But when it comes to US wave in 2021, late 2021, I was wrong. I used a wrong dasha. So I will clarify that later. But the other chart I used, the 11.25 year chart, which shows long term trends, which I used to forecast when the pandemic may end, I was not successful. That did not pan out correctly. So what I did is I went back to previous pandemics that happened in the last 2000 years. I took 10 different examples of bubonic plagues, smallpox, then Spanish flu, Hong Kong flu, etc., and tried to see if it works, and that technique did not really work. Actually, one word of caution here. When it comes to studying the fortune, destiny of groups of people like countries, we are extrapolating what the rishis taught. We don't have any direct teachings from rishis. We have direct teachings from rishis only for individuals. And what we have to remember is even though we have direct teachings, it is a probabilistic science. It's not a deterministic science, because our horoscope shows our karmas till birth, but our karmas are not frozen. We continue to perform karmas even after birth. And they go into the pipeline of karmas and affect our destiny. They become part of our destiny. So our destiny is not frozen at birth. It continues to evolve. So as a result, we cannot deterministically predict based on the horoscope how things will happen in one's life. So it is a probabilistic science, and more so when it comes to groups of people. So we have to use the scientific approach of verifying things. So that's what I did with various epidemics that happened in the last 2000 years. And I found that instead of Shani-Ketu conjunction chart, if I use Shani-Ketu Samsaptaka chart, when Shani and Ketu are exactly 180 degrees apart, that chart really has excellent correlations. And based on that, what I see is the period July-August 2019 till 2022 June is the period of concern where there can be a major pandemic in the world, major suffering and deaths because of disease in the world. So the current suffering that the world is going through on account of COVID-19, I expect it to largely end mid 2022. In June-July 2022 time frame, I expect this to be largely under control. There may still be some pockets where people suffer, but it may not be large enough to affect the rest of the world and affect the consciousness of the rest of the world and disrupt the life there. So I am optimistic and hopeful that we are close to the end of the tunnel. We are almost at the end of the tunnel, just a few more months. But one word of caution. The prediction I made in last April of a wave in India in December 20 to February 20 time frame is real. It is, even when I took a fresh look, that is still valid. So, and also currently it seems to be happening. And based on another technique, based on one technique, that is the period, based on another technique, it is January 15 till February 22. So February 22 of this year. So bottom line is, next few weeks are very problematic for India. And even though there is some talk that Omicron variant is mild and nothing to be worried about, take it seriously. I expect that a lot of people will die, much less than during the Delta wave last year in India, but still, lot of people will die because of this, because of the current wave, and many more people will be hospitalized, will seriously suffer and require hospitalization. So it is serious. So do not. It's not as serious as last year, but still it is serious. So don't take it easy. Get vaccinated if you can. I know that there is some mistrust about vaccinations. It is true that pharmaceutical companies, it may be true that pharmaceutical companies may be greedy and maybe overselling some aspects of what they have to offer, but at the same time, it is well established that the vaccines do work in reducing the suffering and also possibly avoiding the death. They may not be perfect, but they are way better than not being vaccinated. So please be vaccinated. And also, if you have access to a good Ayurvedic doctor or alternative medicines, you can take advantage of them. They are not exclusive. You can combine them. But, and more importantly, social distancing, wearing a mask, etc. Even if people around you are taking things easy, you should basically take things seriously. So be very cautious. And I think in India, from mid-February or so, after February 22, things will be largely under control. But I'm afraid that there may be other parts of world where things will continue to be bad in the March-April time frame. But I think from March, mid-March or so, things will start coming under control in many places, and especially after June, July, things will be largely under control in much of the world. That is my expectation. And as far as US is concerned, those who followed me closely may have realized that I kind of went back and forth. In last April, I said that India, like India, US also will have a wave in December-February time frame, between December 20 to February 20. Later, I retracted and I said that the wave will be before that, between October to December 20. But the thing is, both the times I basically did not see clearly. For US, using the correct dasa with the lunar New Year chart, the period of concern is actually August, September, October time frame. And if you look at the wave in US, it was actually in that time period. The peak was around September, mid-September. So that is indeed the period I see astrologically. Things add up now. Things weren't adding up, and I was basically beating around bush for US for this year. So that basically I was able to reconcile and resolve. Now, what is the future of US? So that was the wave I was concerned about. Is there another wave in US? I see that there is a huge explosion in the number of cases, but the deaths are, in terms of death, the peak was in mid-September, which I see astrologically, and currently there is some increase, but it is still, it's not exploding, and I am optimistic based on US chart. I am optimistic that it will not explode. It will basically remain at the same level. So even though there are a lot of new cases in US, I am hopeful that there is no major crisis in the coming weeks in US. Things will be at the same level as they are right now in terms of deaths. And some people may be hospitalized and suffer, but in terms of deaths at least, I expect that the current level in US will continue for some more time and stabilize there, and also start going down as more people get vaccinated in US. So that is my overall expectation. So for US, I think the worst is behind us. And even though there will be a lot of cases, US will learn how to deal with it, because most of these cases may not be actually problematic, a majority of these cases. And a small percentage which are problematic due to unvaccinated people will be taken care of. So deaths will not explode like they did last year in US. And in India, there will be an explosion in hospitalizations, and there will also be some deaths. So please take this wave seriously. And in the rest of the world, problematic period is still June, and particularly problematic period is still April. So be very careful, and I am hopeful that we are at the end of the tunnel, and I am really hopeful that I don't have to make another video talking about the COVID pandemic. And those who are interested in the technical details, I have explained all the calculations, including the new chart that I mentioned, the Sen Rahu, Sen Ketu, Samtaptaka chart. I will illustrate that in the rest of the video. And those who are not interested in technical details can drop off now. Thank you very much. And please be safe and take all precautions that you can. Be cautious. Thank you very much. Now, technical details. Okay, now let us dive into the technical details, into the astrological aspects, astrological calculations. I used two different charts for predicting the pandemic waves, etc. in the past. One was the Lunar New Year chart. That chart really panned out well. All the waves I predicted in US and India, when they will peak, when they will start, when they will end, etc. They panned out very accurately. But there was another chart I used, a longer term chart, a 11-year chart. I used Shani Ketu conjunction chart in a video I made with Saptarshis Astrology, and I predicted something based on it which did not really pan out. And also when I went back and looked at various world epidemics, there were a few bubonic plague incidents that happened in the last 2000 years where millions of people perished. There was Spanish flu, there was Hong Kong flu, there were a few smallpox epidemics. So like that, there were a lot of different epidemics, and you can get all these details from the Wikipedia. So I found 10 different epidemics and looked at those. Though Saturn Ketu conjunction chart did not pan out, Saturn Ketu opposition chart, Samsaptaka Chakra, had very interesting correlations. In the period when the epidemics happened, in that 11-year chart, I found that there were strong afflictions to Lagna or Lagna Lord by 6th, 8th and 12th Lords, by Badaka Lord, as well as the Marka Lord. So if there are strong connections between those, you can expect that there will be some epidemic during that period. And also the Dasha, the best applicable Nakshatra Dasha, when compressed to the 11.25 years, correlated very well with the planets that were causing the affliction. So that is one chart I haven't demonstrated in any videos. I talked about it in a Jyotish conference recently. So I will demonstrate that video, that particular chart. Okay, this is today's chart for South Grafton. Place doesn't matter. What I will do is, I will look globally instead of for New Delhi or for Washington DC, etc., to see for the whole world. So let us do Saturn Rahu conjunction, because there is a bug in the software which I haven't fixed so far, because there is a nice workaround. Use with Ketu, there is a bug when you use Ketu, so just use Rahu, and Rahu and Ketu are 180 degrees from each other anyway. So instead of Samsaptaka, look for Yuti conjunction. So the Saturn Rahu conjunction that happened before today was on September 16, 2013. This is the chart. Ignore the Lagna. This is for South Grafton. So take the Chandra Lagna, Moon as the rising sign, as the reference. So from Moon, you can see that Lagna Lord Mars, even though he is exalted, he is afflicted by Mercury, and he is the 6th Lord. He is a functional malefic and also the 6th Lord of disease. Secondly, 8th Lord Ketu. Of course, Mars is also one of the 8th Lords, but the other 8th Lord Ketu is in a Samsaptaka with them. He is aspecting them. And Saturn and Rahu are the Badaka Lords, because for Aries, Aquarius is Badaka sign. So Badaka Lords are aspecting Lagna Lord, and also 6th Lord, Badaka Lord, 8th Lord, all these planets are involved. And Venus is the Marka, 2nd Lord in the 3rd house. He has aspect on Mars. Let's see how much aspect. So if you look at Venus, he has on Mars, he has 70% aspect. So that's a pretty strong aspect. So there is a link, there is an affliction to Lagna Lord from all the factors that I mentioned earlier. And that is what I found in all the 10 epidemic charts that I looked at. So anyway, so let's look at the Dasha. Because the Lagna Lord is in a Kendra from Rahu, Ashtotri Dasha applies, and by the way, I am taking Moon as Lagna here, ignoring this Lagna, because this is for global analysis, not just for this particular place, South Grafton. So, and controlling planet for Ashtotri Dasha is Mars, and he is exalted, he is strong. So Ashtotri Dasha will override Vimshotri Dasha. So if you see this Dasha, oh by the way, before we look at this current pandemic, look at this time, 2014 to 2016. Venus is from the Chandra Lagna. Venus is the 2nd Lord in the 3rd house. So he's a Marka. So this also, there are no other links. This is just one factor. So this is mild, but still there can be some problem, health related deaths and problem and scare in the world during this period, and that indeed happened from 2013 December onwards till 2016 May or so. There was an Ebola pandemic in the world. Ebola was on and off. So this coincides with the Ebola. But anyway, look at the Mercury Dasha. It started in July 2019 and went on till May 2021, and even from May 2021 Saturn Dasha started, and that will go on till mid 2022. So these two periods belong to the two planets that are afflicting Lagna Lord here, 6th Lord Mercury and Badaka Lord Saturn. So as a result, these periods can bring a pandemic in the world. These are problematic periods. But look at the Guru Mahadasha from June 2022 till July 2024. From Chandralagna, Jupiter is the 9th lord of protection in the 5th house of Purva aspecting Lagna. So my expectation is that this pandemic is basically from July 2019 till June 2022 period. That is the problematic period, and from mid 2022 onwards things will be a lot better. I am hopeful and very optimistic that world will figure out a plan of vaccinating much of the population. There will either be herd immunity, maybe that's not a good word to use, maybe there will be communal immunity, community immunity across various societies, or perhaps rich nations will find a way to vaccinate majority of the world during this period, or perhaps some of the drugs that are available, not the vaccine but drugs that will treat COVID, will become more available for whatever reason. I can't predict exactly what it will be, but I expect that from June, July 2022 onwards, this will be very much under control. So I've been predicting in the past of future waves, but now my prediction is there may not be any waves after June 2022. This may be very much under control by that period. This is globally, this is my expectation. There may be small pockets where it will remain, but this is my expectation overall. This will not be a major concern for the world. Now let us look at the lunar new year chart. Actually, let's look at this for India specifically. The same chart. If we make, I have to do it again. Yeah, I have to click this, then this will change. Now if we look at the Saturn Rahu conjunction chart before this, same date of course, the time is for Indian time zone now. Okay, the Lagna is actually, Gemini. So now what is the best dasha applicable? Lagna Lord Mercury and Rahu are in Kendra Kona, so still I think Ashtotri dasha is the best dasha. Or no, wait, D6. Oh, actually no, Mercury is at 28 degree Capricorn and Rahu is at 4 degree Cancer, so he's actually in the 6th house from Mercury, as you can see here in the Bhava Chakra. So Ashtotri dasha does not apply. So let us use the Vimshotri dasha. Is there any strong planet in a Kendra, in which case Tara dasha will apply? I don't believe so. Venus is in Mitra Rasi, but Mercury is far away, so he is in actually neutral sign. Okay, so it is just plain Vimshotri dasha. So let's look for India specifically. This is the period that brought the problem for India. This is the period of major wave, and you can see that Jupiter is the Badaka Lord and he is also in Manakarka Sthana. So that's a problematic period. So that is why there is, and also does Jupiter aspect the Lagna Lord? Let us see. Jupiter has not really much aspect, so that's fine. But Jupiter being the Badaka Lord and being in Manakarka Sthana, during Jupiter period there can be a big problem in India. And if we look at the Antardashas, the peak was actually in the Saturn Antardasha. No, not Saturn Antardasha, Rahu Antardasha. And you can see that Rahu, actually there was one in Saturn also, but Rahu was the first wave, and Rahu was really the main delta wave. And you can see that both Saturn and Rahu from Jupiter as Lagna, they are the Marka lords, they are the 7th lords, in the 12th house. So that is basically why this period is a bad period. And for India, Saturn period is running right now, and Saturn is the 8th lord in the second house, aspecting the eighth house, and he's also aspecting the Lagna lord. So this is there is a possibility of another wave during this period, which we will see better from the lunar new year chart. But based on this chart also, there is a possibility of a wave, particularly Ketu sub period. If you take Saturn as in Saturn and Ketu are together. Saturn is the 8th lord and Ketu is the 6th lord. So this is a bad combination. So January 15 to February 2022 is a really problematic period for India. But after that, Venus will come, and Venus is the 5th lord in Lagna. So hopefully there should be a much better period for India. And also, by the way, Saturn is also the 9th lord. So there is a chance that he will also bring some protection. So what we saw from the global chart, that from mid 2022 things will be a lot better. In India's case also, that is possible, and particularly from 2023 things will be very stable. And let us look at the lunar new year chart now. If we see India's lunar new year chart, so we saw this chart a few times earlier. So Vimshottari Dasha is the best Dasha for this chart, and if we use that, we see that 2021 so this is the period I pointed out earlier in my April prediction. So Saturn is the 3rd lord in the 2nd house, so he's a clear marka. So Saturn period can see some deaths and or serious suffering. So from December 20 to February 15, there is a possibility of a major wave in India, and unfortunately it looks like the wave has started. So please take all precautions and don't take this easy. Even though the initial studies seem to suggest that this is a mild, the Omicron variant is a mild variant, I'm afraid it will kill some people, and more than killing, it may actually hospitalize a lot of people. But I'm afraid in the case of India, there will be a lot of deaths also. So please do not take it easy, take it seriously, and if you can get vaccinated, please consider getting vaccinated. And one more thing, for US, I think some people may have noticed, if they followed all my videos, they may have noticed that I have gone a bit back and forth. I was a bit inconclusive about when the wave will happen in US. I originally in my April post I said in the December February time frame that I mentioned for India, I mentioned that there may be a wave in US also at that time, but later I said that the wave will peak in October November time frame, and then US is fine in this time frame. So I went back and forth. So I want to clarify a little bit. First of all, I don't believe I used the right dasha. I used a wrong dasha earlier, and also I used once I used the standard Vimshottari, another time I think I used a variation. But really, if you look at this chart, the best dasha for US for this lunar new year chart is actually Chaturasita Samadasha. The 10th lord sun, even though he is not in own sign, he is actually in the 10th house. And the actual dictum of Parashara is Karmese Karmage Gneya Chaturasitika Dasha. That is the exact word. So 10th lord should be in the 10th house. That's it. Not that he is in own house or exaltation house or anything like that. So even though he is not in own sign, 10th lord is in the 10th house here. And the controlling planet for Chaturasita Samadasya, Saturn, is strong. So Chaturasita Samadasya will override Vimshottari. So I was using a wrong dasha, and I was trying to explain what I was actually seeing in US, and I was kind of beating around the bush. So this is my final word on US. If you look at US, I was mentioning Jupiter period. If you look at standard Vimshottari dasha, let us go back. If you look at the standard Vimshottari dasha for US, I was saying that the wave in US will come in November-December time frame, before the wave in India, and after that wave in India will come. And that's because I looked at Jupiter, the 2nd lord in the 7th house, Marka, the 2 in an inimical sign, as the main planet who will bring devastation. But the thing is, he's actually this is not really the right dasha. So when you use Chaturasita Samadasya, The Jupiter Dasha happened in the August 16 to October 5 time frame. And if you actually looked at the wave in US, the wave actually happened in that time period. Let me show you the graph. Give me a second. So if you look at the graphs for US, the new cases peaked around August 27, and if you look at the deaths peaked around mid-September. So that is indeed the period that we are talking about here. So August 16 to October 5 is really the wave. So the wave that happened in the last few months is the wave that I was concerned about. And now it is Venus period, not now. After that Venus period came, Venus is also a Marka. He is a 7th lord, he is a freaking Lagna lord, an enemy. So this is also not a great period. But right now Saturn period is running. And Saturn is the 3rd lord in 3rd house. So he is not really a problematic planet. But the thing is, Saturn is the 3rd lord of vitality in Manakaraka in one house. When Saturn is in one house, that house will suffer a bit. So he can afflict the vitality a little bit, but it's not really a serious time. So, and also the next period is Sun Mahadasha. Sun is the 10th lord joining the 9th lord and giving Dharma Karmadhapati Yoga. So I'm not really concerned about a continuing wave in US, even though the new cases are really mounting. And hospitalizations are also going up recently in US. My expectation is that US is safe. There, of course, there will be some deaths, but what I am trying to say is the peak is behind us. It happened in the September time frame, and I don't really expect that there will be a major crisis in US in the coming months. But the next month or month and a half can be a crisis for for India, and in general for the world. Actually, let us look at it for the world. So let us look at the, actually I didn't have to make the chart again, just make the same chart. Ignore the Lagna because this is for Washington DC. Take Chandra Lagna, and if you take Chandra Lagna, what is the best applicable dasha? The best applicable dasha is actually, and let's make the Bhav Chakra from Moon. Bhav Chakra is also from Moon. So if we see the Bhava Chakra, is there any strong planet in a, Venus is in a Kendra and he is in an Adhimitra Rashi. So Taradasya from Venus will dominate. So if we look for the whole world instead of one particular place, let us see Taradasya click again, from Venus. Okay. So if you see the whole world from Chandra Lagna, let us see. The Lagna Lord is, even though he is in Aries, he is actually in the 9th house. And Lagna is afflicted by the 12th Lord Sun. So Sun is one problematic planet. And Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, is there any particularly bad one here? Okay. So Saturn is the 6th lord in the 6th house, and he may have aspect on Mercury. If you look at aspects on Mercury, Saturn has 82% aspect. So Saturn period is a problematic period. Okay, so let us look at the okay, and Jupiter is the Badhaka lord. So couple of things. Jupiter is the Badhaka lord in an inimical sign, and he is also the dispositor of, not dispositor. No, never mind. Jupiter is the Badhaka lord, and next Saturn. Saturn is the 6th lord aspecting the Lagna lord. So these two periods can give some problems in the world. They can show some problems. So the pandemic may continue in some form or the other in the world, in some parts of the world till April or so. So in India, I predict that from February 20 or so, things will be under control, but it may continue to cause problems in March also in some parts of the world. But I think if we look at a specific place, the lunar chart will be more effective. But for long-term trends, when we use the Seniketu Samsaptaka chart, then it is better to use Moon Lagna and see trends for the whole world. Because from a long-term perspective, trends will have longer periods. Whereas in a short-term chart, there will be specific waves in specific places. So this is basically some of the rationale I used in predicting what I predicted. And I hope that, as I expected, this will be really under control from June 2022. Thank you very much. Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Sri Krishnarpanamastu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Yavad Bhumandale Sanatana Dharmo Vardhatu. Visheshatah Bhartakhande. America Varshe. Tibet Rashtre Cha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.